What's the funniest way you've ever misunderstood a pony? Me and my mom got into an argument because I didn't want to do the dishes. She called me lazy, and I told her I was on a mental recharge. She stared at me like I just invented a new excuse, and I kept trying to explain how I was preserving my energy for tomorrow like some kind of emotional squirrel. Then she snapped, pointed straight at me like she was casting a spell, and said, "I don't want you to speak ever again." And me being the overly literal dramatic theater kid core child that I was, I took that sentence like it was the word of law. I turned around, walked to my room like I was being exiled from the kingdom, and sat on my bed in silence. She knocked on my door later that night and asked if I wanted dinner. I nodded. She asked what I wanted. I blinked twice and shut the door like I was a haunted doll. The next morning in the car, she tried to ask me a question and I just stared out the window like I was grieving a character from a book. I wasn't even mad. I just thought I was under some kind of verbal house arrest at school. I didn't raise my hand at lunch. I pointed at the vending machine until someone helped me out, and when I got home, my dad asked me how my day was going, and I gave him a thumbs up, mid-bite. My mom kept pulling me aside like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" And I kept shrugging like one of those kids in a toothpaste commercial. By day 3, I was deep into the commitment. I started texting my parents from the next room over like I was living in a silent film. I literally Googled how to communicate without words, and that's when I found an old whiteboard in the garage and thought genius. I brought it to dinner like it was completely normal. They asked why I still wasn't talking. I flipped the whiteboard around and wrote, "I'm not allowed to." They both burst out laughing like full crying wheezing. My mom nearly fell out of her chair, turns out, when she said, "I don't want you to speak ever again." She didn't mean for the rest of my life, but honestly at this point they probably think I'm the dumbest person alive, and they're not exactly wrong. If you are a good and kind person, please subscribe, like, comment, and share it to your friends or family, at least 2 people.